Hey YouTube, Lucky here from the lab, and today I'm bringing you a video where I'm going to talk about this amazing God rolled Duke that I got just recently. Now if you guys don't know, Butt made a video about the Duke talking about it a while ago. He got an Outlaw Rampage roll months ago and he's been using it. It's one of his favorite weapons to use in the Crucible, but I was plagued with never getting a roll that good. I never got the Outlaw Rampage roll, but just recently, about a week ago, I got this roll right here. This roll has Rapid Hit and Rampage. And now you might be thinking, well, Outlaw is better than Rapid Hit, right? You wouldn't want to use the Rapid Hit Rampage one over the Outlaw Rampage one, but oh my, you would be wrong. If you actually compare the two perks, Rapid Hit is way better of a perk than Outlaw. Now here's some common misconceptions about Rapid Hit. A lot of people think that if you hit one shot to the head or to the crit, that the next shot has to be a crit, otherwise Rapid Hit will go away. And that's just simply not true. If you actually test it out and use the weapon, you'll notice that one shot to the head or a crit shot will proc Rapid Hit, and you can actually miss two shots and then hit another crit or headshot, and Rapid Hit will still continue. You'll get Rapid Hit times 2. It has actually a ton of forgiveness here. You can miss two shots in between each critical hit. And technically you could actually miss more than two shots. It's just that with the 110 RPM hand cannon, you can almost miss three and then still hit the fourth shot and have Rapid Hit continue, but it's not quite there. It's just not quite there. With maybe a slightly faster firing hand cannon, you could actually miss 3 shots or even 4, who knows. But with a 110 RPM, it has enough forgiveness that 1 crit and 2 misses and another crit will continue your succession of Rapid Hit. But the real comparison that it comes down to is how good is Rapid Hit's reload speed comparative to Outlaw. When you get a headshot or a crit kill with Outlaw, the reload speed is amazing, and it is about as comparable as Rapid Hit times 4 or Rapid Hit times 5, it seems like, but that is also kind of overkill in a lot of ways. Rapid Hit times 2 seems pretty good to me. The 110 RPM hand cannons are known for having extremely slow reload time. Oh my goodness, if you do not have a reload perk on this in some way, drop mag or reload masterwork or Rapid Hit or Outlaw, these things can be painful because you sit there and you just reload. It's so slow and you have to reload so often because they often have small magazines. So a reload perk of some kind is necessary. If at the very least you can have gauntlets that have, hand cannon loader or enhanced hand cannon loader. You need something when you're using a 110 RPM hand cannon. And honestly, I think that Rapid Hit paired with some hand cannon loader gauntlets is the way to go. The reload speed with hand cannon loader gauntlets and Rapid Hit is amazing. The forgiveness is there, which is really awesome, and which is already kind of plays to the synergy of the 110 RPM hand cannon because you only need 1 headshot and 2 bodies to kill someone. So you could do 2 body shots and 1 to the head, and then you proc Rapid Hit times 1. You can keep going. You can keep your Rapid Hit going a lot longer because you could continue to hit other targets and get times 5 if you need. And even if you don't get times 5, the hand cannon loader gauntlets are there to help speed up that reload process so it's not too painful. But I really think one of the keys to this, the strength of this hand cannon and to the 110s as I've been using them more and more, if you guys haven't seen, I made a bad news video a week ago where I reviewed a God roll bad news hand cannon. It had Outlaw and Kill Clip, and this one has Rampage, so it's slightly different. But with a 110 RPM, you'll notice that with 1 stack of Rampage, you'll actually 2-tap. So having Kill Clip is a bit overkill, although if it is overkill, then that means you can get 2-taps from an extended range. So it's kind of hard. It's a little bit of a trade-off. Do you want to have that extended range or do you want to have Rampage? And my verdict, in my opinion, after using both this God roll Duke with Rapid Hit and Rampage and using that God rolled bad news with Outlaw Kill Clip, is that the Rampage perk is better, especially if you were to put the new Rampage spec mod available from Ada on this weapon. This makes it so much better. You can stack that Rampage more and more and more and keep that Rampage going, because really the goal is to just get 2-tap after 2-tap after 2-tap. In the video up above, I don't actually have the Rampage spec on the hand cannon. I have targeting adjuster, but I definitely regret doing that. And in the future, I've been using it with the Rampage spec, and I'm going to continue to use it with the Rampage spec because, oh my, it makes such a big difference when you're roaming around in the Crucible, and at any point in time, you can just 2-tap someone. That's an incredible time to kill. It's not that hard to just land 2 fast headshots, and landing 2 headshots gives you Rapid Hit times 2, so your reload is already pretty good, and you're ready for the next gunfight. It's really important to keep in mind if you're going to use these 110 RPM hand cannons that there's strengths and their weaknesses. So one of the strengths of the 110 RPM hand cannon is that it has a lot of range. They actually have a lot more range than any 140 or any 150 hand cannon. So make sure if you are going to use these that you're using them at an extended range than you normally would if you're using an Ace of Spades or a Better Devils or Dire Promise or whatever other hand cannon you use that isn't a 110. Maybe you're using a 180. This has more range than all the other hand cannon archetypes. So it's very important to keep your range when using these. That's one of its strengths. And the second is to stack these damage modifiers and these damage multipliers, because 3 taps from this 110 is a very slow time to kill, and you're gonna want to have an increased time to kill with Rampage, with Kill Clip, with whatever you can possibly find, One-Eyed Mask, with an Empowering Rift, Well of Radiance, whatever you have. You're going to want to have a damage buff of some kind to try and get 2 taps with this weapon, because that's where its strength lies. The last tip that I'll give you when using these 110 RPM hand cannons, if you're going to choose to use a Duke or use a Bad News or any 110 RPM hand cannon for that matter, is because the time to kill is slightly lower than the average weapon out there without any damage multipliers, it's especially necessary to be very precise when using this. It's almost like you're sniping when you're using these. You're going to want to keep your distance, keep your range, peek corners, and land those precision hits. Back to back to back, keep stacking that Rampage, that Kill Clip, whatever you have, and steamroll through your opponents with 2 taps. A huge thank you to anyone that commented on the last Bad News video. I really appreciate it, because one of the top rated comments in the section was, hey, you should try the Duke. It's actually even better than the Bad News. And so I thought to myself, yeah, I know it's good. Bipe uses the Duke all the time, but I've never gotten a good roll. But finally, only a few days after that video came out, I finally got this good rolled Duke, and so I was like, great. The comments said that Bipe's been using this weapon, and I know that so many people have spoken really highly of this weapon, so I'm going to give it a try, and wow. This thing is actually as good as its hype, and serves as a great kinetic weapon in the Crucible. But as always, I want to know your thoughts and opinions and ideas. Post your comments down below and I'll scour through them and see what you guys think. Let me know if you guys are using 110 RPM hand cannons. Let me know which hand cannons you find yourself using primarily in the Crucible. Are you using 180s, 150s, 140s, or 110s? Which RPM is your favorite? Let me know what you think. What kind of roll do you have on your Duke or your Bad News? Do you have a God roll? Is it serving you well in the Crucible, or is it absolutely terrible for you? Let me know your thoughts and opinions and how you're enjoying these weapons in the Crucible. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe for more, and have a good night.